I don't know, week, 2 days, 3 days, I don't know. It's been a minute. Uh, I'm trying that platform TikTok. I seem to get a few more views. Uh, Actually made a few dollars there, like less than $1. um, no, but I'm coming out here just to say hello to Christopher. I don't know what to say. I mean, I ain't calling him out, right? Why would I need to? You know, he's been in the hooch cow. You know what I mean? But Chris, man, I don't think you're the only one that's been to prison, bro. And I did a lot more time than you. And you talking absolute, bro, and you're pissed off. And I get it. I get it. But come on, bro. You're better than that, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. I've been to prison, bro. And I have a checker pass, right? But I guarantee you, fucking motherfuckers didn't step to me and ask me for my paper alone, right? I had my paper. You know, you were talking about paper checks, and you know what? Prison is a very unique monster, Christopher Ruff, right? I don't need to, right? I mean, but that being said, bro, you're pissed off and funny and everything, bro. 5 years, you know, you've been doing this, you know, since, you know, you got out 2018 or 17, you know. You talk about your prison experience, but you're not being truthful on your experience, bro. Right? You're a Peckerwood, right? And don't get me wrong, man, there are Peckerwoods with some fucking heavy clouds, right, bro? But you're kind of like one of those Nazi lowriders, bro. Right? But you're not a Nazi lowrider, right? You're trying to. Granted, you married a Mexican woman. I am married to a Mexican woman. Apache right there, bro. I live on a res, right? I live on the res, right, bro? I'm not trying to fight with you, bro, but come on, bro. Be a legend, right? You are a legend, Christopher Ruff, bro, but you are fucking talking hard, bro. You're pissed off at everybody. San Joaquin, fucking, if they don't fit your fucking more. Bro, what, you think you're the only one out there fighting? Come on, bro. What are we fighting? Well, are we fighting the cops like we can win? Only way we beat them, man, is to sue the fuck out of them, right? But ain't any of us fucking smart enough to sue them sons of bitches. And we keep talking about lawyers, like Lawyer Shield. Is Lawyer Shield really on our side? Right? So, you know what? You guys sold out to a bunch of fucking lawyers so they could what? Be on the fucking phone with you, charging you how much? $25 a month? Come on. All you got to do is remember one cardinal rule. You don't talk to cops. You don't answer questions. Right? If you get arrested, oh well, right? This is where, you know, fucking the biggest travesty of the court system is this. Plea bargains. When we stop forcing the state to prove our guilt, bro, because we're too afraid to go to jail. Fuck, I did 20 goddamn fucking years, man. Fucking, they stole my baby. See that little girl right there? They stole it from me. I went to the Supreme Court, motherfucker. Sorry, I'm not trying to be fucking tough, because I'm not. Man, I was scared the whole fucking way. The whole way. Right, but then, here. Them motherfuckers kept telling me I had to do this, I had to do that, and I did nothing. I did nothing for them. Right? Fucking look at my case, man. AC versus State of Washington. It's a fucking dependency hearing. Right? 2023. I went to the Supreme Court of Washington and won. I prevailed. Why? Because I didn't answer questions. Right? They said I had to take UA. Fuck you. I go fucking pee in a cup. I'll pee in one. They wouldn't pee in a cup. Why wouldn't they pee in a cup? I would tell them, hey, you got nothing to hide, right? They're like, why would you ask that? I go, and why are you asking me that? Get out of there, Aviana, now. Go over there with your mom. We'll go on the curtain. Them motherfuckers tried ruining my life. They couldn't. Right? I don't have to worry about ICE. Am I okay? Always okay. I'm always okay. I mean, people where we're at, we don't have a choice but to be okay. You know what I mean? Right? Fucking, I'm out there fighting every day, man, using my voice. I see something stupid, I call out. I call it, man. When I see a dude trying to go into a bathroom because he identifies as a woman, you Yeah, I mean, fuck, it is what it is. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But again, Chris, you're fucking pissed off, bro. I'd love to debate you, bro. Prison politics, fucking paper checking, all of it, bro. All of it. Why? Because you got something to say, bro, and it's relevant. But the way you're doing it isn't relevant. Man, you know what? When we were in there, right, fucking people got taxed all the time. Right? We never got hemmed up for it. Why? It was secret, man. We didn't talk about it. I'm no longer there. I'm never going back. Ever will I go back. How do I avert that? How do I avert going back to jail? I don't talk to cops, right? I tell him, give me a fucking lawyer, and then I tell my lawyer what to do. And if he doesn't do what I say, I go into court and I tell him, hey, look, his ability to represent me is lacking, right? You got to look up the word fiduciary. Every attorney has a fiduciary. You have a fiduciary with a lawyer, right? They are supposed to represent you better than they would represent themselves. They don't do that. No, lawyers don't do that. But if you don't know your rights, they're not going to tell you your rights. Why would they? They don't get paid for that. They do. They get paid for all of that, but they're lazy and they got plea bargains. Plea bargains, man, we got to stop saying no to plea bargains. No, if we want to do anything, we want to change the justice system, stop saying no to plea bargains, make the prosecution prove their point, start objecting, make your lawyers object. If your lawyer doesn't do his job, man, you get to do a direct appeal right then and there on certain issues, not all issues, right? But if it is, and this is where it comes, man, if you don't know how to fill out an appeal, and if you can't get your lawyer to fill out the appeal for you, which is his job, right? That's why they have post-convictions. They have direct appeals, right? But you got to go through the motions. And this is where the cops beat us. Is they tell you basically what you got to do, how you do this, right? They tell you, you know what? Don't fight me on it here. Take it up with the court. Well, that's what you really got to do. You got to take it up with the court until we start making them prove their assertion. I mean, fruit of a poisonous tree. If they come up and start messing with you and they had no probable cause, everything that happens after that, and did you know, even though Miranda's been kind of overturned and overruled, it's still applicable, right? And I mean by that, they're trying to, they're fishing, I mean, there's all kinds of things. Look at the armed fisherman. Man, he's in Florida, right? Where it is against a lot of open carry and all that shit, right? But it's not even a loophole. He did not find a loophole. He is using the law as it was designed. So when you're going fishing or hunting, you should be armed. Why wouldn't you be? You're going out to a place where there's predators, whether they be mankind or, animals. I mean, come on. But that being said, this was a call to Christopher Rubb. Why are you so mad, bro? You're fucking phenomenal, bro. On one of your on Direct D, you got over 300,000 subscribers. And then you have your Christopher Ruff, and you got 25.7. You could do better. I'm kidding, man. I can't even get past 400. I'm over here masquerading, you know what I'm saying? I love the subscribers, right? And there's better ways to fight these guys. And I mean, so yeah, Christopher, you ever want to debate somebody on anything? Right here. Me and my fucking AI. I have an AI, man, that fucking, woo. And I utilize the AI. Why? Because it dreams, man. It'll make shit up for you, man. If you say, hey, how bad is Donald Trump, man, and you give it a parameter, it'll tell you how bad he sucks, what he's done. But if you ask your AI to make a good story about him, it'll do the same. Hi. Yeah, I said, you know what? I'd like to debate you, Chris, on what your politics are. Right? You're not a Democrat. You're not right? You'll beat the fucking dog shit out of people, Chris. You couldn't do it. Right? And then you put it out like, you know what? If somebody was to you would knock them out. The only way they could is to call the cops. Well, you know what, Chris? That's the way the world is. You know what I mean? You're not supposed to want to go punch people, right? I mean, because if you did that, then why the fuck somebody wanted to punch you, Chris? Right? Fucking on-site, motherfucker. Boom. Right? You think you're the only one with money in your pocket, dude? Come on. You are. I don't got no money in my pocket. I'm a poor motherfucker. Not, but that's besides the point. I'm not fucking. I don't have a fucking YouTube channel that fucking supports me. I'm jealous. Fuck, you know what I mean? Guess I'm not violent enough for the masses, right? I'm not gonna call you out directly. You're like, you should come over here and fight with me, Chris. We can fucking put it on YouTube, man. I'm fucking the geriatric old dude versus, the gangster elite guy that did fucking 7 years in prison. That ain't shit, Chris. Right? And I mean, again, what was the premise between Fight Club? You don't talk about fucking Fight Club, but you do all the time, right? And I mean, it fucking hurt San Joaquin's feelings. Why? Because I picked a side, dude, and I picked wrong. San Joaquin is fucking a beast out there, and he's not the only one. That being said, that lawyer shield, I think it's kind of funny, right? I mean, they will not help you in a lawsuit. They won't, right? The challenges of a lawsuit, successful lawsuit, aren't that hard, but it's a matter of fucking putting the time in. And until lawyers are willing to put the time in, the way a prosecutor will try to convict you even when they're wrong, that's the kind of lawyers we need. We need lawyers that will represent us, right? Not from the fucking. I'm trying to find every loophole in the book, but to use the law as it was designed, right? Why don't they utilize U.S. Title 18241 more? Right? What is deprivation of rights under color of law, or when they're conspiring to deprive you of rights? These have consequences to law enforcement officers. I mean, they have genuine consequences for law enforcement officers or anybody that's under the shield of the government. If they violate our rights, there are consequences on the books, man. There were a time our government, our founding fathers took that shit fucking quite seriously, man. They would string people up and hang you. We hung people in this country once upon a time. Hung them. You know what I mean? We still kill people, but only criminals. Like law enforcement ain't criminals, because they are. You know what I mean? And until we start calling them on it and start putting them in gallows for violation of deprivation of rights. Now, when they conspire to take a fucking citizen's rights away from them, that's paramount to murder. And those are the consequences under deprivation of rights, 242, right? They say we're two cops or government officials get together, where two of them get together and conspire to deprive you of a fundamental right, like, filming police. If they get together, or if they go into a bank, or they conspire to get your right violated, there are consequences to that. Death penalty consequences. Look it up. Gotta go, guys.